Hey everyone, Death Stranding, it's finally here. And wow, it is beautiful. It is bleak, it is beautiful, the gameplay is buttery smooth, the story is weird and unlike anything I've played before. Yeah, bottom line is, basically I've been having a lot of fun with it. Now I originally wanted to do a full series covering my journey with the game from start to finish, with commentary and all cutscenes included, but I got a couple of hours in and I realized that that would be an absolutely mammoth task. So I've decided instead to do a series of fun gameplay moments and cover my first impressions of the game instead. Now this won't include cutscenes. This is going to be purely gameplay. So while there won't be any story spoilers, there will certainly be gameplay spoilers. As all the footage I've gathered is from the first few hours of the game and covers the first few hours of missions, so just bear that in mind before we carry on. Now, the first thing that struck me with this game is, as I've said, it's just beautiful. The scenery is stunning, and I can't believe it's running on a PS4. It's better than a lot of games out there at the moment, and the PS4 is old news at this point. It's old hardware. The Decima engine is absolutely pushing the PS4 to its limits, and it runs smoothly as well. It's not like some games that you get on the PlayStation these days that they look amazing, but you get frame rate drops and things like that. So this is running on a PS4 standard. This isn't even running on a PS4 Pro, and it's fantastic. Absolute joy to play. Frame rate's nice and steady, gameplay's smooth. So yeah, thanks Decima engine, I guess. I saw a lot of comments on the run-up to launch from people saying it looks like a hiking simulator with an empty and open world. And while honestly they wouldn't be wrong, it's probably one of the main reasons I'm enjoying this game as much as I am. The terrain itself is as much a part of the gameplay loop as the combat or stealth mechanics. You have to plan your route from A to B instead of just Skyrimming your way to your next destination. For example, one of the missions early on has you connecting an outpost to the main city's network. Now there are a few options available to you for getting to your destination. You could move across the flat open ground, which would be a lot easier to traverse, but there are black strands in the sky which indicate that there might be BTs in the area. Or I made the decision to go over a mountain that stood between me and my goal. Obviously that would be tougher going and it might take a bit longer, but it would potentially be safer in the long run. And it's that process of checking the map and looking at the terrain, finding the best route to where you need to go that I really get a kick out of. And in a lot of games that I play, that's always a self-imposed challenge I try to achieve, but in Death Stranding it's baked into the game, and you're given all the tools you need to do that. You can scan the terrain to see where it's safe to pass or cross rivers, and see where the steep inclines are, as well as your map being in 3D, allowing you to physically see the contours of the mountains. It's slow, it's methodical and deliberate, but I personally get a lot of joy out of that. The online aspect allows you to help other people by placing down ladders or ropes and other structures in order to make their climbing of mountains and crossing of rivers a little easier and safer. And I love this mechanic because even though this game is definitely a solitary experience, that's not at odds with the theme of the game in reconnecting and bringing people together, etc. Because every now and then you're reminded that other people are enjoying the experience too, and you can leave likes on whatever structure they've left behind, and they can do the same for you. For example, earlier I was caught in a downpour of timefall, which can actually ruin the cargo that you're carrying. And I was looking for somewhere to take shelter when I noticed someone had conveniently left a sign to let people know there was a small cave nearby, and you could get protection from the rain. And could it be a Hideo Kojima game if there weren't stealth mechanics? Well, yes, totally could, but that doesn't matter because there are stealth mechanics. And sneaking around BTs consists of paying attention to the flapping of your Odra deck and playing a game of hot and cold to make sure you don't get too close to any of them. If you do get an alert, they'll try to drag you to the other side. Now so far, touch wood, in all my encounters with the BTs, I've not actually been dragged under and sent to the scene, which is what they call the interactive game over screen.
But the encounters can be pretty stressful, in a good way, in the same way dealing with enemies is stressful in any horror game, which is obviously part of the appeal. And that's because it's really hard to get a feel for where the enemies are, because you can't physically see them, generally, until you're right on top of them, and then you have a small window to react and move out of their proximity before they descend upon you and try to pull you under. Relying on a little device to locate enemies instead of your own eyes definitely makes you feel a bit helpless and certainly adds to the tension. So that was just a quick video covering my early impressions of the game, which so far are pretty positive. It honestly feels like the game has been tailored completely to my tastes, so I'm really enjoying it. I've pretty much gone silent the past week on the run up to the game's launch in terms of streams and stuff like that. But I will be starting to stream the game soon over on the Twitch channel. I initially just wanted a bit of quiet time to enjoy it and get a feel for what it was about before I went live with it, but now I'm really eager to know what you guys think about it, so feel free to comment below your thoughts, or drop by the Twitch channel soon and we can get a discussion going in chat. Thanks for watching, guys, hope you enjoyed, and until next time, take care of yourselves.